Alright, so I'm going to show everybody how I make my famous, everybody loves them smash burgers. So the first thing I've got on is bacon, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that bacon off, just like that. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to top the burgers with that later. Now, one of the reasons why people like my smash burgers is they always comment on how good the buns are. So this is what I do with the buns. I start melting butter. A little cast iron skillet on the Blackstone. And then I'm going to take minced garlic you get from Costco. I'm just going to put it in there. I'm going to make sure it gets a lot of oil. Get that good garlic flavor for the buns. We're going to let that melt for a few minutes. Alright, so while that butter's melting, what we're going to do is show you the seasonings that I use. Use a salt and pepper mix. Use garlic powder. Use adobo seasoning. And I use onion powder. And when you put that onion powder on it, that's going to give it that smell of the classic drive-in burger. My favorite's like Joe's Drive-In, or I think it's still called Joe's in Stratford, Missouri, just off I-44. Great little place, great onion rings. So the tools I use to smash, and this is very important, I have the big Blackstone spatula. This is really cool to smash with. I've tried other mechanisms like you buy from Amazon, you know, they're made to smash. So I use this and then a meat mallet. And I really need a good force to push down on that. So we're going to do that in a little bit. So while that butter's melting, I use 80-20 burger. We're going to make quarter-pound balls with it, just kind of loosely balled. So just grab a little chunk, just like that, and form it into a ball. And that's what we're going to smash on this. You know, once we get to that point. But butter's starting to look good, so we're going to put the buns on here in just a little bit. So let's talk about buns now. I like to use the type of fresh buns you get from the supermarket, bakery. They're easy to find. They add a little bit more freshness than you know, your typical bagged ones that, you know, like the ballpark makes. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half, dip it in that butter and garlic sauce, and we're going to put it on that griddle and let that toast that bun. And that's the secret to my great buns. So once the buns are brown, what you want to do is pull them off, just like that. And I use the Blackstone warmer, just to kind of keep them in there, keep them fresh. That one's not quite done yet. That one's getting there. We'll let those cook a little bit longer. But basically you just want to toast them, kind of grilled cheese brown, and they're going to soak up that garlic oil and that butter. They're going to be very yummy. Now while the buns are browning, I often go ahead and start seasoning the meat. So I'm going to take some of the salt and pepper mix, just kind of lightly put it over each ball. I'm going to put some adobo on it. And then the garlic powder, onion powder, and garlic powder. Doesn't matter, you can do both. I like putting a lot of onion powder on it. It smells so good when it gets on the griddle. I like my burger seasoned very well, so, and they get a lot of rave reviews, so that's how I season them. Simple stuff you can get it. Okay, the next important part of this is now we've got the butter and the garlic mix. We want to put our burgers in there too. Let them soak that up. We're going to do that. Roll it around in there. Then you're going to put it on the griddle just like that. That's going to give it a little bit more flavor. I'm feeding my friend Steven tonight, so we're going to make, he loves these things, so with his birthday, so we're going to make a couple really big smash burgers. And then we just let those burgers sit on there about a minute or so. And next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna smash them. Okay, so now I've got my mallet, I've got my big Blackstone spatula. I'm gonna take that, press down there, I'm gonna smash. Like that. You might have to work that out a little bit. Sometimes it's easier if you get that hot and then do it. That spatula off. Just smash it as thin as you can get it. In case you haven't figured out, I'm a messy cook. All right, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly season these things once again. So just kind of pass through with the salt and pepper, the adobo, the garlic powder, and the onion powder. And once you put this onion powder on there, that's when that smell is going to light up. And it's going to smell like your classic American diner. So now we're going to let these just sit there and let them start getting crisp. Alright, it's time to flip these things, so let's go ahead and flip them. I should turn up my heat a little bit more than what I had it, but they're still going to be yummy. So now we're at my favorite part of serving smash burgers up, providing them for my friends because they absolutely love them. So we're going to let that cook for a couple more seconds there. We're going to grab our buns out of the warmer. We're going to have them ready. We're going to scoop that off the griddle and put it on a bun just like that. Top it off, and then you dress it the way you want. Ketchup, mustard, pickles, yuck. I know, you probably like pickles. I know. Don't ever put a pickle on your plate. Onions, dress it up however you want, but this burger recipe is dynamite, I promise you. Now I've got a whole plate of burgers to serve up for my friends and Steven on his birthday. So, hope you enjoy them.